Hello? Alright, so, based on research so far into the current era of memes and upsetting people and just why people are getting stupid, here are things that are best to avoid. Motivational posters. If you have, for example, if you make an image or account, if you go on, what's it called? Instagram. I don't know what Instagram is for. I just post stupid ass pictures on there. After a while, you're like, oh, follow back, get followers. You'll start getting bombarded with motivational posters that have a lot of words on it. You is usually real big, and then it's about, it's ironic basically. As if you ever study propaganda posters, it's the same. There's an enemy in it, and usually the person saying the thing is in a proper, like join the fight will be a hero, and kill this idiot will be, I don't know, the other country during a war, and there was an action going on, so there was an exchange of the flow of emotion, of the idea, of the meme of it. Is, never really goes in your brain. It just changes your opinion of something or someone. That's how you keep morale up during an army, during a war for the populace. If you're reading a motivational poster, there is only one subject of it, and it's you, the viewer. It says you, and then it just says something that you're probably not doing, and to do it. It can just be so vague, just like horoscopes. What that is, that's propaganda. And the enemy in mind is you. There's no one else. It's not like, take it from me, the person making this post, you need to fix your life in this. Take it from me, the person who did it, the person writing this. I'm a junkie or something, There's no sense of empathy on it. But I meant to diminish it. Because, alright, so, and then, now, if anyone's ever seen anything about, like, I don't think people know what, I'm hearing brainwashing popping up in podcasts again. It's really not that complicated. And it's funny that there's not much more commentary on this. Anyone's seen the Family Guy smoke? You smoking yet? It's someone who looks directly in your eyes. And then they usually have bold contrasting. Comic book artists, journalists, media, they understand this. But, so that's why there's editors and stuff to make sure, let's not add that. No, it's probably wrong. I'm just going to edit out this whole, fuck black people, stare at someone like, a gorilla staring at you. You want to get that published in the New York Times, but with Facebook, there is no editor for the most part. You know who the editor is? You can be in a Facebook group anywhere in the world, and then you have editorial control of the group. And it's surprisingly easy, by the way the Facebook is set up, and that everyone's on it. This just gets in your feed, these things, Facebook groups and stuff, and when you scroll past, they're all controlled by algorithms. People should know this, if you like one thing or another, more or less, if you comment, if you argue with someone a lot. I know I have a friend, my friend Diego. He's in the army now. He's a libertarian. He used to be a hard left socialist. Woke up one day in a fever, with the Marxism virus gone. Now he's a hard right libertarian, so, whatever makes sense. But he's still smart. He's a musician and stuff. So I like to argue with them because I'm like, well, I'm a left-wing libertarian a bit. It's like, I agree with you on this, but, maybe the free market can't solve everything, because I think it's the people wrong in the government that are corrupt. And, we just say it. So he pops up on my feed a lot. And most of it is stuff, it's just like, Trump this, Trump that, but whatever. Because it's funny, sometimes it's something I agree with. Like, Obama sucks. Well, I'm that like in the military. You know, my dad's in the military. I follow that stuff. So whatever, it's a common interest. And we're like, yeah, you know, yeah, maybe Trump will do this and good. What a lot of people end up having on their Facebook friends list popping up out of nowhere recently, someone will add them and then intentionally start commenting on their stories, their links, saying, well, you know, I don't think that's true. Like, exactly what I do, sorta. It's just the way, I guess people could just figure, it's just pretty easy to figure out. I mean, it just get someone engaged in the exchange of ideas. Because, you know, it's what smart people just like doing in general. And I remember I tried doing this. I kept doing this I was like, what's going on with all these liberal friends of mine I grew up with? They were just saying, you know, black people, like white people suck. ISIS isn't real. I'm like, dude, you know, ever think about this? Just saying it. I'd be told I was a troll because I would just be like, you know, I'd be polite and like, well, you know, here are some other stats. Just saying, just so it would be in everyone who saw its feed, just so I could, you know, manipulate the opinion of it basically by just sharing I thought it was just relevant. It's manipulation of it's information control. And like that's what Facebook, this is when people talk about this propaganda war that the world is in constantly. You know, when you hear InfoWars, that's the name of a site and everything. It sounds crazy on the surface because people don't really unpack it too well. But the thing is, that is awesome with social media and the internet. And everyone has the inkling of this, but we're only coming to terms with how powerful it is. And the thing is, I think there's lots of institutions above it that are making sure that they're one step ahead, even when they aren't. Is that the control of information is at people's own fingertips now. Just though too often that means what you press like on or don't like. Something I figured out. I remember I would tell people, like, you know, I never use the like button. If they had the dislike button, I'd use that, and they're like, you're vain and narcissistic. I'm like, what? No, it's just, you know, I don't want to just like. And it's like school shooting, 30 people dead, 60 wounded, and then I see like 10,000 people like this. I'll see on my Facebook feed every day. Tsunami kills 200,000 people. 200,001 people like this. Like, well, okay, what does that even mean? And once you start, I just saw it, I think it was after one of the school shootings, I just looked at it a couple years ago and just stared at the scene of why people dead, and then on a Salon article or something, thousands have liked this. Press like if you agree. Agree with what? With the shooter? Like, well, I'm not going to like this. So you press like on that, you know what's going to happen? Hey, you know, there's more shootings. There's more children being killed. Countries, you know, this is what countries being filled with crime, with murdering sprees and crime. But that. It's just, I mean, I'm interested in this stuff, but I don't like it. And it's getting pretty hard to know what information to even read when everything is controlled, you know, by people. And it's just, we used to just have 3 networks, you know, ABC, CBS, NBC, like that, Fox, and you know, just Walter Cronkite, people like that. Anchorman you can trust because they studied journalism and ethics in college, like I did, and you apply it to a lot of stuff. But now, Jon Stewart, you know, was the man you can trust, but he has the studio, he just tells jokes and stuff, and now, you know, Facebook is becoming quite the joke. I can't even look at people. I've been in a lot of groups over the years, just little internet communities I was in, because I've been a nerd my whole life. If you're listening to this, I'm sure you have been too. Games you play, guilds you join in. Those are little communities that form. People talk. There's some Facebook groups spun off there. Sometimes, pretty much as a test of the response, because that's how I think, 24/7. As I would just post, some old video game. Hey, here's another game that's like that. Maybe you got check it out, and just tons of likes. I mean, tons of views, no likes, no commentary, nothing. And then someone would be like, "You're the only reason I know this group still exists, just because you posted it." I'm like, "Yeah, wow." And someone goes, what an arrogant asshole. Why is he bothering us? It's like, so I just imagine people. Where are they? So many people you seem to enjoy Facebook. Where are they? What's the point? What are they enjoying exactly? Chatting with these smart people and showing them, hey, I haven't talked to this guy in a while. Glad he's back in my life on Facebook for him to argue with me every day. I love arguing as much as the next person, but America and wherever you are, why don't you just think twice before you press like? And if you see people arguing, ask what could we agree on or something. And also maybe ask for their real name. Okay, bye.